Hello. Today I want to talk to you about how to handle negative people. We all know this colleague, this boss, this family member, this one person that is so negative and that just drags us down, that always involves us in conflict and that pulls our energy. When we get back to our place, we feel exhausted, we can't stop thinking about it, and we get a sense of having tried everything and not being able to get out of this fight really that is going on. And I'm saying fight because really we have a sense of having to protect ourselves, having to make sure we don't get affected by how the other person is. And interestingly, this sense of wanting to be protected and to put a separation between us and this person is exactly what drains our energy and what makes us so vulnerable and lets us get into this situation even deeper. And it's why it's so difficult to let go of these energies and this kind of emotionality that is going on. And obviously life doesn't let us get out easy. It doesn't allow us to just, leave the job or not see the family member. I mean, these are options. It's extreme measures that we can take, but then we just find that other negative person. So I think we just have to learn how to deal with negativity and other people in a different way. And the first step is to shift perspective, to stop looking at the other person as something that is negative and someone that victimizes us. We have to get out of this mode of being at their, being influenced by their energies without being able to do anything and trying to do something. We have to get out of fight mode, out of defense mode. And the best way to do this is to look at the other person and to know that if they show up in your life in that way and you have this experience, there's something about you that has to do with this situation. And when you look at what this has to do with you, you can actually learn and grow, and you can actually then thank this person for helping you in your process. And if you think about it in terms of energy, what this means is that the energy that that person extends towards you is something that you reject and that you don't want. And you reject this in them, but also in yourself. So if we dig deep, there's always a way of finding that negativity repressed in ourselves. And that's why it takes so much energy to deal with this person, because we're really trying not to see something within ourselves. So the first step is like looking at them and asking a few questions, like, what is this person mirroring back to me? What do I reject in this person that I reject in myself? What is this person making me feel that really makes me feel uncomfortable and that I don't want to feel? Or even, that's a more difficult one, in what way am I like this person? Because there's a part of you that opens the door to picking up their energy, to engaging with their energy, to resisting their energy, which is what actually makes it more prevalent and it gives it a stronger influence in your life. I think that there are 2 points of growth that are really important for you. One is courage. Courage on the scale of Hawkins is at 200. It's the first positive energy level. And it has to do with facing what's your aspect and what's you and taking your responsibility. And in this case, when handling negative people, courage really is the courage to allow yourself to feel, to give room to what this person makes you feel. And obviously we try everything not to feel that negativity that they bring up in us. And I just want to encourage you and let you know that if you decide, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to feel what this person makes me feel, I'm just going to observe it in my body and give it all my attention just for a little while, this will never ever make the negativity bigger. All the opposite. The second you sit down, the second you actually have the courage to start feeling, you will be able to start breathing better and your system will start calming down, because all it really wants is to be felt. So courage is a big step, because it means that you accept the fact that this experience is in your life and you open up to feeling and exploring it so that you can find your own inner lesson. And the second aspect is about love. Love is a really, really high energy, and it is healing. But obviously when we're not wanting to feel something, we don't have any love. So it's about how we can bring this love energy into this situation. And a first step really actually has to do with us, with self-love, because when we take care of our needs and we do things that make us feel better, or we cut us some slack, we raise our own energy, which then makes us more able to affront this difficult situation. And also we want to extend love to those dark parts and those energies that the person brings into this equation. And there's one exercise that I really love doing that I want to explain to you, because it's really simple and it helps us tear down boundaries. Because when we love, we open up to it and we feel one with it. And when we don't love, we put boundaries and limitations and we reject. So we have to get into a mode where we can bring this negativity in. And it means that we can see it as a part of ourselves. The goal is that you're able to see, I am that too. I am like this person in some ways, or I have the same kinds of destructive, negative emotions within myself. And in the moment when you can see that you are that too, your fight will stop and the negative emotions will start dissolving and the whole energy can shift, and you can experience that person and yourself with the person in a very different way. Doesn't mean that they change, but it might, because the energy also affects them. So here's the exercise. It's about dissolving dualism, dissolving thinking in black and white, me and not me. So what you do is you extend both your hands to the side like this, one on one side and the other one on the other side. Ooh, you can't see it there on the other side. And what you do is you bring them together. But first, you imagine yourself in one hand and the other person in the other hand. It could also be the thing that they make you feel that you don't want to feel. Like maybe they are really small-minded and very blaming all the time. So you put your positivity in one hand and the blaming and the negativity in the other. It's really, it should depict the fight that you're in, what you're resisting. And then you allow your hands to connect and to come together. And you just observe them doing so. So you're not allowed to bring them together. You could just do this in a second. Your goal is to observe how your hands are coming together. And maybe one of them moves more. Maybe they actually repel each other. You just observe and you stay with all the sensations that come up. And it will bring up quite some emotions, because this will show you your unconscious and subconscious resistance and the issues that underlie this separation in you. And as you just sit with it, if they don't come together by yourself, you just hold it and sit with it and observe and feel and breathe and stay with it until they come together. And I promise they do come together. They will come together. And when they do, something shifts in you and some information gets integrated in a new way. And what you do is you just put your hands on your heart and you let this new information come into you and into every cell of your body, into every aspect of your mind. Just let it spread in you, in your energy field, in who you are, and let it shift your experience. And then all you have to do is just explore how your perspectives and your experiences with this person are different. And I promise there is a way of being with negative energies where you don't have to fight it off. You can just be aware. If you don't have any inner resistance towards the person and the energies they bring, you can just be aware of their negativity, notice it, and let it flow through, and it won't cost you any of your energy. So I'm a big friend of expansion in this way rather than separation. I think that negative people and negative experiences, when we open up to them, make us expand. And I hope that you get to experience this. I would love your comments and for you to share how this goes, either in the comments or in my Facebook group on my Facebook page. Thank you so much for listening and for being on this path and trying to grow and learn and be more positive. Bye for now.